A respected leader who guided the U.S. Army through World War II and into the Cold War. Here's why Omar Bradley's leadership still stands as a model of integrity and courage. So let's go through his story. His story begins on February 12th in 1893 in Clark, Missouri. And he was born into a modest farming family. He was raised in a rural environment, and Bradley's early life was marked by hard work and discipline. These are qualities that would later define his military career. His path to greatness began at West Point, where he was appointed to the prestigious academy in 1911. As a cadet, Omar Bradley excelled, and after graduating in 1915, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army. Though he started his military campaign during peacetime, Bradley quickly rose through the ranks due to his leadership skills and determination. His early years in the Army were spent in various training roles, but his big break came during World War II. This is when he was thrust into the thick of one of the most critical conflicts in modern history. By the time the war started, Bradley had gained a reputation as a disciplined and innovative officer, and his leadership would soon shape the course of the war. During the war, Bradley was appointed to command the U.S. 82nd Infantry Division and later became the commander of the First Army in Europe. His most famous role came during the Normandy invasion on D-Day, June 6th of 1944. As the leader of the American forces landing in Normandy, Bradley oversaw the largest amphibious invasion in history. And despite fierce resistance from German forces, the Allied landing in Normandy was a decisive victory, and Bradley's leadership was critical in ensuring the success of the operation. Now, Bradley's leadership was marked by his calm demeanor and his ability to make tough decisions under pressure. He was a tactician who always prioritized the safety and well-being of his soldiers. This trait earned him the nickname the GI General, because he connected with the average soldier in a way few other generals did. Unlike many of his peers, Bradley sought to minimize unnecessary casualties, understanding that the success of a campaign relied not only on military strategy, but also on the welfare of the men who fought. After the success of D-Day, Bradley was promoted to commander of the 12th Army Group, making him the highest-ranking American officer in Europe. Under his command, the 12th Army Group played a pivotal role in the Allied push into Germany, ultimately leading to the defeat of the Nazi regime. Bradley's forces were key in several important battles, including the Battle of the Bulge, where the Allies successfully repelled the last-ditch German offensive. Bradley's ability to coordinate large, multinational forces and keep his troops focused on the ultimate goal, which was defeating Nazi Germany, was instrumental in ensuring Allied victory. And though his leadership was instrumental in securing victory, Bradley also faced the immense pressures that come with leading men in battle. And as the war dragged on, Bradley experienced personal and professional challenges. He lost many friends and comrades in battle, and the constant strain of making life or death decisions weighed heavily on him. Yet, his sense of duty and his commitment to his soldiers never wavered. Bradley's post-war career saw him become the first chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in 1949, overseeing the strategic direction of the U.S. military during the early years of the Cold War. As chairman, Bradley was responsible for advising the President and the Secretary of Defense on military matters and helping shape America's defense policy during a time of, some pretty substantial geopolitical tension. His leadership and his vision were crucial as the U.S. navigated the complex challenges of the Cold War, including the Korean War and the growing nuclear arms race. Throughout his career, Bradley was highly respected for his character, his integrity, and his leadership. He was a general who didn't seek glory for himself, but instead focused on the welfare of his men and the success of their missions. After retiring from the military in 1953, he continued to serve his country in various capacities, including as a senior statesman and an author. He wrote his memoirs, A General's Life, which provided insight into his experiences in the military and his thoughts on leadership. Omar Bradley died on April 8th of 1981 at the age of 88, leaving behind a legacy of service, sacrifice, and leadership. His life serves as an example of how military leadership, grounded in compassion and moral clarity, can overcome the challenges of war and achieve success even in the most trying circumstances. Why does Omar Bradley's story matter? Why it matters here? Well, it matters because he represents the ideals of leadership, sacrifice, and duty in the face of unimaginable challenges. His leadership during World War II helped to secure victory for the Allies, and his post-war service ensured the continued success of the U.S. military during the Cold War. Bradley's abilities to connect with his soldiers, his calm presence under pressure, and his unwavering commitment to his country make him a model of military leadership. In today's world, as we face new challenges in geopolitics and military strategy, Omar Bradley's example reminds us that true leadership is about prioritizing the well-being of those under your command and making decisions based on what is best for the collective good. As I close this up, well, Omar Bradley was more than just a general. He was a leader whose integrity, compassion, and vision helped secure peace in a very tumultuous world. His legacy continues to inspire those who serve and lead in times of crisis. I hope you learned something new tonight, and if not, I hope you added something to your depth of knowledge. And please like, comment, follow, share, ask me a question, and I'll make more things that you should know by being alive, because understanding figures like Omar Bradley helps us appreciate the true cost of leadership and service. Thanks for watching.